1, 2, 3, 4. Those are numbers, but you already knew that. If you want to know what number you're going to pay each month for your car, use Kelley Blue Book My Wallet on Auto Trader. They're really good at numbers. Auto Trader.
And hello and welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra.
This is your now new monthly roundup. This is a new thing we're trying out. Wretch is very excited, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I would be. It's more excited if I knew what we were doing more than 5 minutes before we started doing it.
I mean, planning is not something we're good at, is it?
No,
and we should also mention, what else is wrong with you?
I think I might have COVID. Yeah. Sorry.
So Rich is ill again.
If I cough all the way through this podcast, I'm very sorry. Yeah, I think I have COVID.
But apart from that, you're good?
Yeah, apart from that, I'm lovely. Apart from just randomly burning up every now and then and having no sense of smell or taste. And yeah, it's great.
That's two of us that have no sense of smell then.
Yeah, so. I'm starting to, figure out what it's like in your world, Dave.
Walk a day in my shoes. It's actually all right. You don't need a sense of smell, to be honest.
No.
Nah, never missed it.
It's the taste more than anything for me. I'm really missing coffee. Like, coffee just tastes like water.
Yeah, I need food and taste.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without that.
I had some dark chocolate yesterday and it just tasted like eating a bit of cardboard. I was like, no, that's just the two things I like coffee and dark chocolate. And I'm like, no, both these
none of that
are rubbish.
And you're due to fly out in Italy in 2 weeks, so hopefully it's not COVID.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not COVID. And if it is COVID, hopefully it pisses off soon because, I need to be negative before I go to Italy.
And watch rugby.
Yeah.
Is it the England game?
Yeah, England versus Italy in the Six Nations, yeah.
How exciting. From what I can tell, everyone's injured.
No, it's only Owen Farrell that's injured, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. And Talangi's like 50% or something.
Oh, well, that's always...
That's as much as my rugby goes.
That's standard.
If you thought you were listening to a movie podcast, you're wrong. We'll now change it to a rugby podcast.
Nice.
No, so let me tell you, the listener, not you, Rich. Actually, you as well, because you're a little bit confused as what we're doing. At the end of each month, we're going to do like a roundup of what we've been watching sequel-wise, our favourite sequel news, what's coming in the next month. So we're going to look ahead in February. And then we're also going to talk about some of the other films and TV programmes we have been watching, which aren't sequels.
Because we don't just watch sequels. And we watch some really cool stuff that isn't sequels. I've watched a load of really good movies and TV shows recently. So, I'm
looking forward to hearing all about them, because I'm sure everyone wants to know what we do with our spare time.
Well, yeah. I mean, January's been weird. I've actually had spare time because normally I don't get a lot of spare time, but I've finished a lot of things, and so like January I've just been like, I'm going to watch all the movies.
All them. So you're ready for award season.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Golden Globes are gone, but no one gives a shit about them.
Yeah, no, about them. But yeah, I'm ready for Oscar season. I'm watching all the Oscar bait
and the BAFTA stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I will. I just
no
haven't got it in me anymore to really care about that kind of thing.
I have never watched an Oscar ceremony ever.
Have you not? I've watched one, and it's when Lord of the Rings cleared up and we're at uni.
Oh well, I bet you're over the moon as well.
It was good. It was quite entertainment because I think who was presenting? It was Jonathan Ross, Rob Brydon, who kept me entertained for hours. He was just doing all of his impressions. He was very entertaining, and obviously, Lord of the Rings clearing up was a highlight. And I've never watched a live one since.
Nope.
Haven't got it in me. I need to sleep nowadays. Is that what you're going to do this year? You're going to watch it?
No, I'm not going to watch it. No. I don't care. I don't care what the Academy thinks is good. I know what I think. I just care about what I think is good.
Yeah,
you know.
that is.
I watch
enough.
all the movies. I'm just not going to watch the actual Oscars.
Okay. And just quickly, your number one Oscar favourite film so far that you've watched so far, what do you think is going to be best film?
Probably, I mean, it's probably not my favourite, but I think probably The Power of the Dog's going to be up there.
Okay.
I think that's going to be it's a very Oscar baity film.
You heard it here first. Put money on it, everyone. Rich is rarely wrong.
I'm wrong, am I?
No, rarely wrong.
Oh, rarely wrong. I thought you said I'm very wrong.
No, rarely.
What do you think? What do you think it's going to be?
Honestly, I barely watched any of them.
Really?
Is Scream up for anything? Or Sing 2?
No, surprisingly not. No.
I've watched Enchanto twice, so that could be animated.
That could be best animated, but I don't think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, let's talk about that.
No.
Let's talk about that later in the section, what we've been watching. I'll come up with some better names when we go along, but
Yeah.
that's currently what we're calling it, people. So the first section Rich is excited about is the news.
Sequel news.
Sequel news,
We
we
need some
should
sort
say.
of like ticker tape, like din, 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 din. Sequel news.
I'll just put that in.
Oh no.
This is a funny one because the other day, if you listen to our big yearly roundup of last year and what we're looking forward to this year, Mission Impossible 7 was literally my number one pick. That and Top Gun. And what's happened, Rich?
It's been put back to what, next year now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of course, because
Sorry,
no
mate.
one wants Dave to be happy all the time, do they?
I mean, I've not watched any Mission Impossible movie since the first one, but I was going to watch 7, not just because of this podcast, but because it was filmed in Leighton Buzzard, where I live.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Were you going to catch up and watch the rest of them?
Yeah, I think I probably will do. You know, because I know you love them so much.
You're gonna
And
have a
I
great
watched
time.
the first one at the cinema and was a bit like meh about it years ago. So I probably deserve a rewatch.
Absolutely you do. But yeah, it's been, number 7, because they filmed them back to back, 7 and 8 back to back, right? So they've
Right,
moved
okay.
number 7 from September the 30th this year to July the 14th, 2023. And then they've moved number 8 from July the 7th, 2023 to June 28th, 2024.
Do we know why?
I'm not. No. Honestly, I was so angry. I was like, I'm not going to read the why.
No.
I'm not quite sure if it's a pandemic move and they're just moving it to a better time, or
No, it seems
they're
like
trying to make it the best film they can.
Maybe. I think there was news that Wakanda Forever's been delayed again, right?
I think that's not going to be out this year.
No.
I'll be surprised if it is, because
And
there's
also
been problems.
Kind of rumours that maybe Letitia Wright maybe won't be a big part of the movie.
Well, I think she is, and she got injured, so they had to shut down production for 12 weeks.
But then apparently she's come back, and they've said, right, can you show us all your COVID vaccines and stuff? She went, oh no, I'm not doing that. She's a bit of an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, I've read that she's a bit of anti everything. And she's
I don't know.
likes her
I don't know.
conspiracies.
Yeah, just what I've heard that maybe they might change the direction of the movie to not include her quite so much, so that she's not.
It's
going to
be interesting.
Set.
It's going to be interesting how they approach that film.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they do it properly. They're not recasting, are they? So
No.
there's not. It's going to be a different,
So I thought they would have focused on her character more.
maybe a multiverse thing, and. I mean, what I'd like to see is a multiverse thing, and they find a good, Michael B. Jordan, and get him to come back as Black Panther. That would be my kind
But
of.
didn't they do that in What If and he still turned bad?
Well, yeah, but I've only watched 4 of What If because it was getting boring.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I've not watched all of What If yet. I did start, but I struggled a little bit with it.
Oh, it's quite good. I quite enjoyed it. But
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I don't know. I don't know why. It didn't click for me.
you're a hard man to please.
Not normally.
Not when it comes to comic book shit.
No, normally I like animated comic book shit. That's not even right in my wheelhouse. But I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong time. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for What If at that point.
Yeah. Marvel overload, maybe.
Have we? Well, yeah, true. Yeah, I have watched. a couple of Marvel movies. But have we got any more sequel news while we're here?
Yes, we got.
Talking about other stuff.
Sorry, we got distracted again. Yep, Knives Out 2 is coming at the end of this year in 2022.
Nice.
In the fall. Very excited about that. Do you like Knives Out 1?
I did. I do like Knives Out. Yeah, I think it's very good.
Benoit Blanc.
Daniel Craig is very good in it.
Doing his Foghorn Leghorn. I'll say.
Very much so. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good movie. Quite interested to see what they do with 2. Weird that it's going to Netflix. Is it not getting a theatrical release?
I think it'll probably get a theatrical release as well.
Okay.
And they're going to release it in, festival season.
Oh, okay.
So that's always a little bit of like, hey, this might be worth looking at for U Awards. Especially when it maybe comes to writing and acting. Best film would be a leap at this point, but it doesn't feel very Oscar worthy. I didn't think the first one was. I loved the film, but I wouldn't say it was Best Picture worthy.
No.
Or that kind of Oscar bait. No. Predictability that the Oscars have come in. Ugh. Or awards, BAFTAs kind of thing. Can't just put it on the Oscars. And the last piece of news, which I found out you haven't watched, is that a Mortal Kombat 2 is on, the move. Is coming forward.
Oh, they've moved it
and
forward.
this is surprising because the first one was rubbish.
I've not seen the first one, but I knew you're a big Mortal Kombat fan, aren't you?
I like the first film. I got a real soft spot for the first
The
film.
original.
The back in
the
95,
90s.
yeah.
Okay. But this new
With the
one
music.
they made just, a year or 2 ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I
watched it pretty recently at the end of
fan
last
of that.
year. No. Horribly edited.
Oh.
It felt a bit cheesy. It's very bloody,
Okay.
but I didn't really.
That's going to put me off
storyline
straight away
either.
then.
But not like Scream blood. I mean like cartoonish blood. Like a video game blood.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat the game.
Yeah, the game's cool. I used to like going to the arcades and playing the game. That's just goes to show how old I am.
I'm rubbish at Mortal Kombat games. Just go back and forth.
Just hammer all the buttons.
As hard as you can.
Yeah, just mash.
But at the end of the
buttons.
first one, they tease a sequel, and I thought that was going to be one of the sequels that we never see. So that kind of made me angry when I watched it. So I'm kind of happy that it's happening because it
improves
sequels.
the first one a little bit. But yeah, okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
Plus, it keeps us in business for a little bit longer.
Yeah, gives something to talk about, eh? So is that all we've got for sequel news? No more sequel news is cool.
But I'm still devastated about the Mission Impossible stuff.
Yeah, that's not great, is it? As long as they put Top Gun back.
Oh.
Cling on to that.
Could you imagine if they do put Top Gun back again?
Maybe it's because they didn't want to put out 2 Tom Cruise movies so close together.
Maybe it's for post-production reasons. They've gone big on these ones apparently. So I was really looking forward to seeing it though. Really looking forward to seeing it.
Oh,
but I'm sure because Tom Cruise is getting older.
As you can tell, I'm heartbroken.
Once you watch these films, you will be.
Do you think?
Yes, because they're brilliant.
Bearing in mind that I don't really like James Bond or Man from U.N.C.L.E. or any of that kind of spy kind of genre.
What don't you like about the spy genre?
I just find the action boring. Like I like witty, clever. I like movies with dialogue in, or something to say, and I don't know. I just find either I like them to be completely balls to the wall stupid, like Fast and the Furious,
right?
Or I like them to be very clever, kind of.
This might be the spy film for you.
Okay, all right then. Oh well, I will give it a watch. I'll give it a watch.
There you go, people. We can't ask for any more.
We'll see. I also don't like Tom Cruise very much, but hey, that's by the by.
You wanker.
Hey, you can't tell me he's a great dude.
I haven't ever met him personally, but everything I've read about him,
I know.
no.
But...
I mean,
I don't know.
he sends out a Christmas cake every year to all the magazine people, and everyone.
Does he?
Yeah, they always get a cake from Tom Cruise. So if we suck up hard enough, Rich, and you actually say some nice things about Tom Cruise, we could get cake.
I like risky business.
There you go, Tom. He likes risky business.
So enough to give me a cake.
It looks like a really good cake, actually.
Oh dear. Sounds good.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
Well, I look forward to the cake. As January as a month, Rich, how do you feel it's been for us?
I mean, sequel-wise, there've been a couple. We've not had loads to choose from. But January's always a bit quiet, though, isn't it? Really, it's never. Lots of movies get released in December normally. January's normally a bit of a slightly quieter month.
It's slightly quieter when we normally would look at anniversaries and like what sequels that have their anniversary this at this date of this time of this year. Absolutely nothing. What did you find?
Well, that's not quite true.
Go on.
So I found 15 years ago today, Big Mama's House 2 came out.
You know what? I've never seen it.
Me neither. But yeah, the pickings are slim.
Was there another one? Was it? Oh, Kung Fu Panda 3 was the other one.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda 3, 5 years ago today. Yeah.
Happy birthday, guys. So, I think Scream did a really good decision of releasing a film in January.
Yeah. Thank you, Scream, for releasing in January, so we had something to talk about.
It's the only one so far. It's the only one. That and next week.
Yeah, I mean, we watched Matrix in January, though, didn't we?
We did. And you've watched Hotel Transylvania 4.
I have, yeah. And you've watched Sing 2, but we're going to talk about that next week.
Yes. So
when I get a chance to watch it.
Give me just a quick rundown of Hotel Transylvania 4. I read that it's got no Adam Sandler doing the voice.
No, it doesn't have Adam Sandler doing the voice, but I don't think I particularly cared. It's not me that's invested in these movies. Let's be honest. It's my 6-year-old.
Right.
Okay. So it's not like I sat down to watch Hotel Transylvania. It's okay. It's just yeah.
Come on, guy. You're meant to be an absolute film critic now, and all I'm getting out of you is it's okay.
Okay, so the premise of Hotel Transylvania 4 is kind of inverted of the first Hotel Transylvania, and basically what happens is all the monsters get turned into people instead of monsters.
Oh,
apart from the guy who's a person, and he gets turned into like a dragon monster.
Right.
And then, of course, to add jeopardy, they kind of find out that they will become more and more monstery and more human. As time goes on, and they only have a certain time to find a certain crystal to turn them all back again. And yeah, Dracula's is balding and fat, and he's kind of can't fly or do anything like that. So there's lots of fun things to have in kind of Dracula falling over and hurting himself and not having powers and things anymore. And it's also interesting to see like what the Invisible Man looks like, because he's not invisible anymore. He's just a man now.
Right.
There's a few kind of like naked jokes and stuff when he becomes visible.
Okay. Good for adults and children, or just for children?
Better for kids, I would say. I think I drifted off somewhat in the middle there. But better for kids. I think it's still quite charming. It's still a nice enough kind of watch. But it's not something I go out my way to.
Would you watch another one if there was a fifth?
See, as an adult, I don't think I'd have a choice, because someone will make that choice for me, because he loves Hotel Transylvania, my little boy. But yeah, so I probably will watch it. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
It's not as good as 1 or 2. It's probably on a par with 3.
I can't. It's free when they go on holiday, or is that 2?
I think that's 2.
There's always
oh God,
they always go into holiday. Adam's Family 2 did it, the last sequel.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't. It's a thing. It's a thing you can do.
Out of 7 quickly.
I mean, it's not awful, but it's not great. I'd probably 2.5.
No, there you go. That's all we can ask.
I'd rather watch that than Matrix.
Wow.
I'd rather watch Hotel Transylvania 4 than I would watch Matrix again. Definitely.
Fuck, he really hated that film, guys.
I really hated it. I cannot say enough how much I hated it.
Thank God that was a December film. But even though
well, we watched it in January. We did. But we can talk about it if you like.
don't think anyone wants to hear anything else about it, Rich. What you think of Matrix?
No, we've talked about it already, haven't we? And I've just got nothing good to say about it, really.
Have you watched any other sequels, like old ones?
So the Sequelizers guys and their podcast have been doing an epic 3-part, 12-hour-long podcast where they kind of sequelize the MCU, and it's great. It's really, really good. Invest some time to listen to it. And I've done that. And I haven't quite finished listening to episode 3, but between episode 2 and episode 3, I thought I was jonesing to watch Infinity War and Endgame. So I've watched Infinity War and Endgame just recently as well. So there you go. That's some sequels I've watched.
Yeah, and which one's better for you?
I actually think Infinity War's better for me. I mean, I like Endgame. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I love them both, but I actually think Infinity War is better. But then I'm that kind of guy. You know, I love when the bad guys win. Because it's different. So I love Empire Strikes Back because the bad guys kind of win, and yeah, I love Infinity War because everyone's broken at the end.
It is the better film, I have to admit.
And I'd forgotten with Endgame. I'd actually forgotten how it starts with Hawkeye and his family.
Yeah.
And I just thought, my God, like rip your heart out in the first 2 minutes. Why don't you? Like that's. That's like, and Thor being such. I hadn't realised what such a mess Thor is, and how well he's played in that.
Yeah, he's excellent.
You know, Chris Hemsworth does a really good job with that. Like, I think he's very, very good as Broken Thor.
Broken Thor, Fat Man Thor, Dad Bod Thor.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't talk. I'm probably fatter than Thor is, isn't now. He's still a handsome fat man. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I like his braids. Wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Well, I finally finished my Bond rewatch. So,
nice.
For anyone who doesn't know, I've been watching a James Bond every Monday night for the last 25 Mondays. Is that how many there are now?
Wow. 26?
26 now.
Isn't No Way to Die 26?
I think so. I can't remember.
No Time to Die. Sorry, not No Way to Die.
No Way to Die.
That's No Way to Die.
And now I'm at the end of it. I can tell you there's more bad Bonds than good Bonds.
Oh, yeah. I could have told you that already.
And if you go back and listen to our episode where we do our best, worst and dream James Bond, I think I still agree with that. Die Another Day is still absolutely atrocious. It's by far the worst Bond. It's absolute dog shit.
I'm standing with Quantum of Solace. Quantum of Solace is still my worst.
That actually had good bits, I would say. A lot of the Roger Moore stuff mixes together. I couldn't tell you which one is what, and he went on for far too long of being Old Man Bond.
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton didn't really have enough crack at it. Pierce Brosnan only has one truly great James Bond, which is GoldenEye. Tomorrow Never Dies is fun. The World Is Not Enough runs out of storyline about halfway through, and Daniel Craig's era is the best era there is. I had to say, it's probably because the quality of the filmmaking got so much better as well. Certain tropes were dropped, and the action's just outstanding. I had such a good time with the Daniel Craig stuff. It was, and I think No Time to Die.
Obviously, we're watching it through a modern lens as well, aren't we? That's the thing, is that
we
watch
weren't
those
there,
60s
were we?
Bonds through. Well, yeah, exactly. We weren't there, so we don't know what that was like. You know, but I imagine back in the 60s when those Bonds first came out, then maybe they were. You know, that was incredible to watch, but you know,
even Moonraker.
I've never been a fan of Bond. I've got to be honest. Like, it's never been. I've never really got it.
No, I agree. But do you know what our next Monday marathon's going to be? This is what.
Oh yeah, interesting.
And this is not my pick, Rich.
Okay.
This is a moment. My wife has picked the DC universe.
Oh. I think there's 2 good films in that.
I have said, it's going to be hard going, and we're going to have to watch Justice League twice.
Oh God, I never want to watch Justice League again, either of them.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Man of Steel again. Last time she watched Batman vs Superman, she fell asleep in the cinema.
Yeah, I watched the cinema and it was pants.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to showing her Shazam. Because she really liked Birds of Prey.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen Shazam, but I really like Birds of Prey as well. So I was thinking Birds of Prey and The Suicide Squad are the 2 DC ones that I liked.
Yeah, they were going to be good.
I've not seen Shazam, so I need to go back and watch that.
Yeah, that's a good one, but there's a lot of shit. But
Yeah.
you know, we're signed up for it now. I'll keep everyone informed of how they're going. Starts Monday, Man of Steel. Getting away from sequels.
Yeah.
'Cause we do love sequels, but we also love movies. What else have you been watching this month? What have you caught?
Oh, I've watched lots. I have watched a lot. So I've watched some really good stuff like The Power of the Dog, and I've watched The Lost Daughter.
Oh, Megan Gyllenhaal's.
Yeah. I mean, I think 90% of it is Olivia Colman.
Right,
I think
yeah.
Without Olivia Colman, maybe it's not quite as strong a film, I would say. But I think Olivia Colman definitely makes that. But also Jessie Buckley is incredible.
She is amazing.
Yeah, brilliant.
I love Jessie Buckley.
What else have I watched? I watched Don't Look Up.
What did you think of that?
Which I quite enjoyed it. Like, I think like a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was all right. I wouldn't say it's not groundbreaking or anything, but it's all right.
I mean, it went on for a bit.
It did go on for a bit. It's probably a bit too long.
But I enjoyed certain performances. I thought DiCaprio was great in it.
Yeah, I thought DiCaprio was good in it. Yeah, absolutely. What else have I watched? I've watched Encanto. That's nice.
That is sweet.
I quite
Do you
enjoyed
think
that.
the song that's number one shouldn't be the most famous song from it? We don't talk
don't know
about
what's number one.
We don't talk about Bruno, whatever it's called.
I mean, I like it. But then, yeah, I mean, it's just a Disney song. I don't know. It's an earworm, though, isn't it?
I think the song with the song that the Strong Sister sings is a better song.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not really a musical expert. I've got horrible taste in music.
I've also watched Being the Ricardos. Have you seen that
Nicole
one?
Kidman, right?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Yeah. It's good because I love Javier Bardem, and he's very good in it. And J.K. Simmons is very good in it too.
He's good in everything.
He is good in everything, yeah. And actually, yeah, I think Nicole Kidman's quite good in it too.
They reckon she might get the Oscar for this. But might be.
Really?
Yeah. I've heard bad things about the film, but her performance is quite good.
No, I don't think the film's bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't have said it was Oscar worthy, but, hey. We'll see.
Worst films have won.
I mean, I also watched Dune in January, which I actually absolutely loved.
Oh, okay.
I really enjoyed that, and I'm so glad I got to see it at the cinema. It was epic.
It's good. And it's an epic sci-fi, isn't it?
Really
they're
good.
rare,
and I can't wait for part 2. Like, I watched it thinking, is this my Star Trek? Is my Star Trek? I'm not well. Is this my Star Wars? Is this like this generation Star Wars? Not my Star Wars, but is this generation Star Wars?
Interesting.
I'm as excited about Dune Part 2 as I would be about another Star Wars movie.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I can understand. Yeah,
I love the world
reception.
building.
Yes, and the music's great, and the cast is amazing.
Yeah, really good. I think, what else have I been watching?
You watched Pig, because I made you watch Pig.
I watched Pig, yeah. Pig was really good. I was surprised at how good it was, actually.
Did not see that coming.
No. And a nice 90-minute runtime.
Oh, yes.
Nicolas Cage. It again proves my Nicolas Cage theory that if Nicolas Cage has terrible hair, the movie is decent.
Well, yeah, no, that's not a bad wig, though. That's just he hasn't washed in a while.
Well, yeah, still bad hair, though. It's not necessarily a bad wig. It's just bad hair. So if we think like Bad Lieutenant, that's a decent movie, and he's got a really terrible hair in that.
He came out as Fairy last time.
Kick-Ass, that's a good movie. He's got terrible hair in that. Face Off, he's been drawn on with a marker pen.
Con Air.
That's good. Con Air, terrible hair, good movie. There's something to it. I have talked about that already, though, so you can probably
that film really punched me in the gut. That way of dealing with grief and love. And, oh man, absolutely loved it. I wasn't ready for it. Wasn't prepared for it.
I was not prepared for it to be that good, I have to say.
I wasn't prepared it to be that kind of movie, to be honest.
No, I wasn't either. I thought it was going to be like an action movie. A revenge movie.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be more a revenge film. Like, what was the Joaquin Phoenix film from a couple of years ago? I want to say Wish You Were Here, but that wasn't it. Something like that.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be like Ransom. Have you ever seen Ransom?
Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson one.
No, I didn't think it was going to be as cheesy as Ransom.
I thought that's exactly the lines it was going to go down.
Oh, okay.
But But no,
That
much
was good.
better. And if that's got to get some award,
I hope so.
interest, surely.
His career is just mental, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it really is.
He seems to have
It really is.
come out through this.
I totally buy him.
But he's now picking interesting projects. There was a while when he was just doing straight to DVD shit,
Yeah.
but better than Bruce Willis is doing now. And now he's picking projects that are really interesting. Don't always work, but they're interesting. And
They're interesting, yeah.
And the directors have got a vision at least, and he's in them.
Yes. But I totally buy him as this character as well.
Oh yeah,
He really fit the kind of eccentric chef who gave it all up and lives in a shack in the woods with his pig.
yeah.
Totally buy it. Totally good. Yeah,
That's
100%.
great.
And the other guy in it, the guy from
Alex Wolff,
what's he from? He's in
Hereditary,
Old, isn't he?
Jumanji.
Yeah, Jumanji, that's it. Yeah, he's in Old, which I still haven't managed to watch yet.
Well, I haven't
but
seen Old yet either.
I want to watch it because the cinema guys picked that as kind of their worst movie of last year. So I want to watch it just because of how bad it sounds.
Yeah. M. Night Shyamalan, he's
Yeah.
either good or bad.
Well, yeah, but at least he's doing his thing.
Do you know what I did
different,
watch
isn't
the other day that I don't think you watched? The Kingsman.
I haven't watched that yet, but I thought about going to watch it at the cinema, but I
COVID.
had better things to do.
So I've watched that and The Tragedy of Macbeth, which is the Apple, Denzel Washington, Joel Cohen straight to. And I'm not going to lie, Rich, I might as well be watching a French film without any subtitles. My wife luckily studied Shakespeare at university, so I had to keep asking, what are they saying? What's going on now? I mean, it's very prettily put together.
Just a film version of Macbeth? Is that
Yes, yes. It's not like Romeo and Juliet, which is this modern.
Yeah, it's just the tradition, just a straight Macbeth.
Yes, but it's all black and white, and it's got a fabulous cast. I mean, the first 5 people you see are all from the Harry Potter films.
Right.
I'd had a bit of a Rick Fiennes week, actually, because I watched Kingsman, I watched Macbeth, and then I watched the last 2 Harry Potters as well.
Right.
Because they're continuously on in my house, the Harry Potters.
Yeah,
it seems.
yeah.
I can't get away.
We have that bit.
And they're the ones I like. So I was like,
Only the first 4 though, because George is a bit young for the rest.
yeah, I can tell you why.
Yeah.
It gets dark, and it gets dark quick.
Yes. But he's played the games. He's played the Lego Harry Potter games.
It's
on
not
his
the
Switch.
same, Rich.
So
It's
he
not
knows
the
the
same.
stories. But yeah, he's not watching the movies.
Yeah, it's very different from when you're beating up like a broomstick
Yeah.
and coins are flying out when a snake's eating people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kingsman as a prequel for the Kingsman, quite enjoyed it. It took a while to get going. Ray Fiennes.
Because the Golden Circle wasn't good, was it?
Oh, it's really bad. Really bad. But this is good. Ray Fiennes is an action star, worked. It's good fun. I'd like to see another one. I think I'd rather see more of this world than I would see of the Taron Egerton worlds, which we're getting anyway. A Kingsman 3 is coming, if we like it or not. I think this lacks the problems that one had, trying to be a bit edgy. It was nice. It's a fun way to spend 2 hours.
Any TV shows that you've watched? You binged any TV shows on the streaming?
Do you know what I am watching? I'm watching Book of Boba Fett, which I think most people are watching.
Yeah, I'm watching that too.
I think it's good. I haven't watched today's episode. We're recording on a Wednesday, so I haven't watched that
Today's episode is probably the best episode.
yet. Looking forward to it then.
But very odd.
How are you finding the rest of it, Boba Fett?
Slow, I would say, probably, but I don't mind that so much. As a lot of people are going, oh, it's really boring. Well, it's building a story. It's building up to something. What I really didn't like is the kind of the quadrophenia speeders. That was weird. That was strange. But he's army building, isn't he? He's getting all these people together to do something.
Yeah.
So
I always see
We'll see.
Boba Fett on screen, so I'm fine with that. The other thing I am watching is the new Wonder Years, which is on Disney Plus as well, which is great.
Okay.
I'd recommend that. That's an interesting, funny.
Yeah. I've been watching. I'm probably a bit behind the game, but I've been watching Midnight Mass.
I also haven't seen any of those.
It's good. It's surprisingly good, actually, and surprising in general.
Have you watched Mike Flanagan's other work, like The House on the Haunted Hill and Bly Manor? And all that?
No, I haven't. No,
I haven't watched
nothing. And I didn't literally know anything about it. I just be like, oh, I've heard this is good. I'll put it on, and it was not what I thought. Like I was a couple of episodes in, and I was like, oh yeah, it's chugging along. Well, it's going to be. And the third episode, I'm like, what?
Oh, it's one of them. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's one of them. Yeah, it's a twist. It's a kind of dusk till dawn type of twist.
Oh, now you've got me intrigued.
It's good.
That's good.
It's
Shall we look forward to February?
Oh yeah.
Now
let's do
this
that.
this comes out, this episode, the last Friday, I think, of every month. This is our plan.
Yeah, that's our plan. Yeah. So we've got 4 Fridays in February.
We'll have one more sequel we chat about in January, which is Sing 2, which comes out on Friday. So that'll be next week's review episode, I believe.
Yeah, which will be like the first week of February by the time.
So I'm sure everyone wants to know what we thought of Sing 2. But as sequels, we got Jackass Forever, which cannot wait.
Very excited. I saw the trailer in the cinema and laughed out loud.
Yeah.
Like, literally was chuckling away to myself. The bit in the trailer where they all go up to order food from the food cart, and the thing comes out and hits them in the face.
Classic.
And then the last guy's like, well, I'm not doing that, and then it hits him in the balls instead. I'm like, amazing.
Perfect.
Just Jackass. It's just,
so
I can't wait.
That's going to be a fun review. Really looking forward to that. There's also The Souvenir Part 2. Have you ever seen The Souvenir?
I have
Part
not.
1? It's a Joanne Hogg film, very arty, very I think it's not my type of movie. I found it really dull. I hated it. So I'm going to go nowhere near Part 2. We're reviewing Death on the Nile. Now, you haven't seen Murder on the Orient Express, have you? Which is the Kenneth Branagh.
I mean, I've seen an old
old
TV show and stuff of Murder on the Orient Express, but I haven't seen the Kenneth Branagh one.
So you don't know his accent, and he's got his big moustache.
Well, because he's Poirot, so I know he's got a big moustache, but like...
It's a big moustache, though.
Is it?
And he is probably the greatest detective in the world. But it's got in this cast, it's got on. This is meant to be out like 2 years ago. It's one of those films that have been pushed back. It's got Arnie Hanneman. With all his problems, he's still in it. It's got Letitia Wright from Black Panther with all her problems.
Oh, okay.
It's got Gal Gadot.
I mean, you're not selling it.
I mean, the marketing team are going to have to work their wonders, aren't they, on this one?
Come on. Tell me there's someone like, someone nice in it.
French and Saunders are in it.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, that's one.
Weirdly, Russell Brand. It's got the most bizarre cast. It really has.
Oh, it sounds interesting. There's, So we'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, you should probably watch the first one first. It's got Johnny Depp in it, so they like to cast troubled people. And then I think that's it sequel-wise for the month.
Yeah, that'd be good though. It's a nice mix, isn't it?
Yes, can't wait.
Sing 2, Jackass, Death on the Nile. That's a lovely mix.
Lovely. Can't wait for that. Which one do you think you're looking forward to the most? It's going to be Jackass, right?
I mean, it is Jackass, yeah. But I mean, it's closely followed by Sing 2, I've got to be honest. We love Sing in our house.
It's great.
It's another film that's kind of on heavy rotation because my little boy loves it and we can watch it too as grown-ups.
We shouldn't go into it too deeply, but as far as films that parents can watch and stand, I think Sing must be quite up there because it's just full of songs.
Yeah, gotta be, yeah.
And it's very colourful.
Yeah, and songs that as a grown-up as well. It's not all kind of...
No, there's a mixture.
Recent pop songs that I don't know because popular culture no longer applies to me.
It exists, apparently, according to Rich. And then, apart from other films that are coming out, Moonfall. Have you heard about this one? The new Roland Emmerich new film? End of the world disaster movie. It looks good, Rich.
Does it?
Yeah. Well excited about that one. Marry Me, the new Jennifer Lopez, Owen Wilson romantic comedy.
That sounds like a big bucket of poop.
Yep. How dare you? And then there's that one you were talking about earlier.
Cyrano, like Cyrano de Bergerac. Yeah. I mean, that's a musical, which is not normally my taste, but I quite like Roxanne. So,
and you liked Tick Tick Boom.
I did like Tick Tick Boom. That's true.
This could open a whole new world for you.
I think that might be because I kind of love Andrew Garfield, I think. Like, that could be what it is.
He was amazing in it.
Oh, God, he's so good in it. And, yeah, and he was so good in Spider-Man as well. Yeah, I think that's probably it.
Spoilers, Rich.
I think everyone's seen it now, surely.
I'd hope so.
We'll put a spoiler warning at the front.
We've already recorded the intro.
Oh, yeah, we've already done that.
And that's it, guys. Thank you for listening. Rich, can you take us out, brother?
Yeah, I can try. Thank you for listening to this weird episode. I'm sorry it's been so weird.
I loved it.
A little bit haphazard. It is, yeah. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've quite enjoyed it. It's been a nice chat. But yeah, if you like what you've heard and you want to hear a little bit more, maybe you've not listened to the rest of our episodes, go back into the back catalogue. The interview episodes are amazing. Go and listen to the Cinemile episode because it's brilliant. There are loads of other brilliant episodes you can go and listen to. Click a little subscribe, give us a like, give us 5 stars, all that kind of business. We'll love you forever. We really will. You can also find us on social medias as well. So we're at Unequal Sequel on Twitter and on Instagram. You can even, if you're off of the 90s like we are, send us a little email to unequalsequel@hotmail.com. There you go.
There you go. You've
That's
done
us.
such a good job. Such a good job there. The point of these episodes is trying to get our personalities across a little bit more to the audience.
What if we don't have any?
That is a problem. Thank you for listening. When this goes out, we've only got one more episode of season 2 to go.
Yes.
It's a lovely
good
episode.
one, though.
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's a really good one to end the season on.
Really happy.
Very exciting.
Me and Rich will then go and sleep for a couple of weeks. Actually, not true. We're going into our...
Not true. We're going to the pub for our planning session, and then we're straight into recording series 3. Right?
Big things are coming. Cannot wait for what's coming. Thank you all for listening. So bye-bye from me. Bye-bye. And a bye-bye from him.
Bye!
See you next time. Bye.